Hi everyone, good morning. 6 o'clock here on your Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM and on KREM 2 Plus. I'm Tim Pham. Let's get on over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick to check in on your Tuesday forecast. Thomas, we are just about a week out from Christmas, so people will begin traveling. Will we encounter any more snow like we did yesterday?
So for today, maybe a flurry, but that shouldn't be anything too bothersome for today. In fact, temperatures will be on the increase over the next 48 hours, basically straight, even through the nighttime hours later on this evening and tomorrow morning. So watch for our temperatures to go from 32 right now in Spokane, even 26 in Deer Park, to near 40 today. And I'm going to be honest, some spots tomorrow could be pushing 50 degrees. It is going to be a quick warm up overall. Here are these flurries, nothing much in the atmosphere right now right there, but if you see a few snowflakes, obviously no big deal today. It's all about the rain and the warmth this afternoon and evening as that atmospheric river is going to be pounding us with precipitation, but mostly rain for today.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning, a look at I-90 and US 2 at this hour, where you could see the westbound lanes right now starting to pick up in traffic volume. But right now, there's no major slowdowns on the interstate right now. It looks like we may start seeing some brake lights there in the eastbound lanes too. So we'll try and get an eye on if there's anything going on or just the typical slowdown as people get into downtown Spokane. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. Yesterday's snowfall caused some issues for drivers across the region. This morning, we're getting a better idea of how big of a problem it was out there on the roads. Take a look at this here. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says the driver of the car was driving too fast when he lost control and hit a snowplow. It happened near Ephrata. Both the drivers of the car and the snowplow were hurt in the crash, but are expected to be okay. That wasn't the only crash yesterday. The Washington State Patrol says troopers investigated 19 crashes in District 4, which includes Eastern Washington. 9 of those crashes were in Spokane County. 2 resulted in injuries. Sergeant Greg Riddell says the snow did not start to impact the Spokane area until after the morning commute. He also says the trend with the collisions was drivers just going too fast.
The law says you have to be traveling at a safe speed at all times to avoid a collision due to weather conditions. And so we have to be driving a safe and prudent speed during those weather conditions.
Troopers say on days with snow, drivers should slow down, increase following distance, and stay alert. The Idaho Department of Transportation is also offering some tips to stay safe on the roads. Number 1, give snowplows plenty of space. The safest place to be if you encounter one is a comfortable distance behind it. Number 2, make sure your vehicle is prepared. This means check your windshield wiper fluid, battery, and tires. Number 3, pack a winter emergency kit. ITD recommends keeping a first aid kit, blankets, jumper cables, and non-perishable food in your car. And lastly, drive with caution, meaning drive slow and give yourself plenty of room to stop. New from overnight, Spokane City Council approved a grant to help fight crime. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live for us in downtown Spokane this morning. Brandon, tell us more about all of this. And this is really about an effort to curb crime. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. That's exactly right. And this new grant is worth $90,000 and it's been approved to help fight organized retail crime. In terms of where this funding is coming from, it's all stems from the Washington State Department of Commerce, and according to city documents, the money will go to the Spokane Police Department to coordinate responses and patrols when retail crime happens in the city. Earlier this year, back in February, a report from a Forbes advisor found that Washington State's the #1 state impacted by retail crime.
You know, patrol can only get to the shoplifters that they have time to get to. And so loss prevention can only hang on to them for so long, or they can't hang on to them at all. And so those people go free and they're never held accountable for it.
So our crews also got a chance to speak with the Spokane Downtown Partnership. They say organized crime isn't the sole reason for businesses closing, but that it is a contributing factor, especially for local businesses. City officials believe this new funding will allow Spokane police to have more time to respond and carry out charges. But for now, reporting here in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Well, happening tonight, the Coeur d'Alene City Council will be considering a new county emergency operations plan. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press reports the plan provides the framework for which counties' resources will respond to an emergency or disaster. Under the newly updated plan, a person who refuses to comply with a governor-ordered evacuation could be arrested. According to the press, this raises concern for Councilmember Dan Gukin, saying he wants clarification on this part of the plan. Tonight, council members will also discuss the plan's notification system. Idaho lawmakers say a new state law will put money back into the pockets of both patients and pharmacies. Starting January 1st, the GEM state will force pharmacy benefit managers to cut costs and be more transparent in practices. The Federal Trade Commission came out with a report this summer stating PBMs are manipulating markets. In late September, the FTC then announced they are suing Cigna's Express Scripts, CVS Caremark Express, and United Health's Optum Rx for high insulin costs. On the local level, the state of Idaho is trying to combat this issue by lowering the prescription cost and rebates for customers.
Don't let that soak in for a minute. A second grade student called 911.
This morning, police in Madison, Wisconsin are searching for answers after a 15-year-old student opened fire at a small private Christian school. Yesterday morning, one student and one teacher were killed while half a dozen were injured. Police have identified the shooter as 15-year-old student Natalie Ruppnow, who went by the name Samantha. Ruppnow was found at the school with a gunshot wound. Police say she was pronounced dead on the way to the hospital. Police say at least 2 of those wounded in the shooting have been released from the hospital. 2 students have life-threatening injuries. Washington, D.C. is once again facing a potential government shutdown. The deadline is this Friday. Funding for farmers has caused a stalemate. Republicans and Democrats believe Congress will come to an agreement that keeps the government running through March of 2025. However, the bill on the table does not have additional assistance for the agricultural sector.
It is 6:07 as we take you to our outdoor weather center. All calm at the moment. Still got that fresh snow on the ground, on the grass to my side here. Otherwise, things just kind of wet out here on the ground. But later on today, it's going to be wet for a different reason. Rain will be on the way thanks to an atmospheric river. You see it in the cloud cover. You actually see the heavy rain already over Portland and into the Puget Sound on western Washington. That's going to be the rain that's heading our way as it crosses the Cascades, and it will be able to jump the Cascades without getting all wrung out before it reaches the inland Northwest. In fact, our computer modeling has an absolutely huge swath of precipitation. Most of it rain, but you still see some snow in our northern areas. So coming up, I'll divvy up who gets the most snowfall and how much is expected in our northern spots, and how long the rain is overall going to last into the latter stages of the day today and for tomorrow as well. So that's all coming up.